Hey guys, so a few days ago I received a message from one of my good friends to share with me a money win that they had. I was really happy for them because I actually helped them create one of their first budgets a couple of years ago, and they have just become a lot more money conscious, which makes me really happy because I am that friend that you can talk to about money worries that you have, because I don't judge. You know, we all have different life priorities, so there is no place in my life to judge you for what you're doing with your money. But I can give you pointers if you ask me to on how to best be a better steward of your money. So when they contacted me and we talked about their money wins and all of the things that they did, obviously left me feeling all happy and everything. But one of the things that came up was a payday routine, and I thought for today's video I share with you guys my payday routine. And obviously, you know, your girl always has a notepad with her where I have written down a couple of notes to help me with this video, because I don't want my videos to be too long, but I also want them to share with you information that you might find useful and maybe apply in your own life, in your own financial life. So when it comes to my payday routine, I have 5 points that I always look at in every single one of my payday routines. Like I said, I have a number of paydays across the month, and I do this routine across all of those paydays. So the first thing that I do is I check my payslip or my pay stub, as it's called in other places. I check what is on there. Like, for example, with my salary, I have to check what are the contributions that I have made already. So, you know, I believe in the concept of paying yourself first, and it's my next point. So I check my payslip. How much is my gross income, which obviously I know by heart because I'm a salaried employee, but then I also look at the allowances that I get, the contributions that I make to my pension. I always contribute the max to my pension, so I do 8%, which is what my employer offers. That's the max, and then they match that as well. So I do my 8%. Then I've also got benefits that I also have to pay for via my employer. So I have dental benefits and I've got health assessment benefits as well. So all of that, I look at that, see, okay, yes, this is exactly what I committed to in my salary sacrifice, and this is exactly how much I've taken. So this is what I should expect in my account after taxes, and you know, after taxes and national insurance is taken out. So that's the first thing. I always check my pay slip and my pay stub, because let's not kid ourselves, even HR or the finance department do make mistakes. So it's important you check your pay stub. What they say you should be expecting in your income is actually what is deposited into your account. So that's the first thing I do. The second thing that I do is I pay myself first. Like I said, on my pay slip, I contribute towards my pension via my employer using the employer match scheme. So that's the first thing that comes up. Before I even see the money, my employer already takes out the contribution towards my pension. But once I receive the after-tax money, I still pay myself first, and I do this by sending money towards my ISA and my SIP. So my ISA is my individual savings account. This is an efficient, tax efficient vehicle we have in the UK, where you can contribute up to £20,000 in one financial year, and that money that you put in there, what it earns is all tax free. So I make sure I'm using these tax efficient vehicles like the ISA. Then I also send about £100 towards my SIP. This is a self-invested personal pension. I think that's what it stands for. So I send £100 to that. By contributing £100 towards my pension, the government also gives me back 25%, so £25 on that £100. So essentially every month I'm contributing £125. So I do that. I pay myself first by investing, but I also save. So this is why I encourage people to have mock budgets. When you have a mock budget, this will help you know how much money you can send towards your bills, how much to your expenses, how much money you can invest, how much money you can enjoy. So I always look at my mock budget. What did I exactly say I can send towards my investments, towards my savings, my variable expenses, all of that good jazz. I look at my mock budget. I really encourage you to have a mock budget, because with that you will then be able to know how much you can can pay yourself first when it comes to your pay. The third thing that I do, like I said, is I use a mock budget. I use my mock budgets to check what are the expenses that I have coming up immediately. I have mentioned in previous videos that I get paid across the month, but my salary from my employer comes around the middle of the month, and from that I know that I use the majority of that money to pay for all of my main expenses, you know, the bills that cover my four walls, and those come out around the first of the month. So between the time when I get paid and the first of the month, I rarely spend the money that I get from my employer outside of paying myself first. But it's through use of my mock budget that I'm able to see that yes, I have this much money I can send to this, I need to pay for this, and I need to do this. So definitely encourage you to have a mock budget. The fourth thing is I plan ahead. Like I said, paid in the middle of the month, bills come out the next month on the first. So I plan ahead. I look at all of the bills that I have coming up, especially if I have quarterly bills, annual bills that are due in that new month. I plan for those as well. And normally it calls for me to make sure I remember to move money from my savings into my main checking account, ready for those quarterly annual bills to be paid. The final thing that I have here on my list is to treat myself, or aka variable expenses. Because if we really look at the budget, if we look at my budget specifically, everything outside of tithe and giving and gifts is for me. It's to treat myself. Everything. Fuel, that's to treat myself so I can go places. Groceries, that's to treat me. Okay. Personal care, don't even to say anything about that. Personal growth, all of those things are to treat me. So treat myself slash variable expenses are all me. Dining out, socializing, this is all encompassing treating myself. Now if you look at how I do things, I firstly make sure that I'm paid right. I make sure to pay myself. I check what expenses I have in this month when I'm getting paid, and then I check expenses that I'm supposed to pay for in the new month. And then once I've done all of that, then I treat myself. So it's important to make sure all of the important things are taken care of, then you treat yourself, than treating yourself and then scrambling for the rest of the month. That is not my portion. So when it comes to my payday routine, it's very simple. Like I said, I apply it to all the paydays that I have across the month, and it works wonders for me. So I hope you also have sort of a payday routine that you can use. If you don't have one, then I hope you can utilize mine and apply it in your own life. But it's important to have a payday routine. So I hope you make sure to actually set one up. So thank you so much for watching my video, you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.